This new rule will have a big impact on the New York Jets roster. We're going to talk about it. What is going on, guys? Matt O'Leary back with another video. Please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, follow on socials, and call into the Just Jets podcast. All these things help support the channel, and we love and appreciate that. Okay, so this is a sneaky big deal, and I know that I can already see the reaction now. It's like, really? Like, this is the big rule change that's gonna impact the Jets? Yeah, it kind of is, and we'll get into it. So the NFL put a new rule in where you can carry, or a team can carry, a third quarterback on the roster that does not get impacted by an actual roster spot. So essentially that third quarterback, which is your emergency quarterback, does not count as a roster spot, which the reason why that's put in is because San Francisco was in a really tough spot last year in the playoffs against the Philadelphia Eagles after Brock Purdy and their quarterbacks went down. It was tough. It was ugly. And the NFL wants to prevent that. And it makes sense. Having an emergency quarterback, not a bad thing. I think that's a good idea for the league to do. And why it's important for the New York Jets is because they are a team that normally likes to carry 3+ quarterbacks on their roster. Hell, if you go back to 2016, they carried 4 quarterbacks on their roster with Christian Hackenberg, Bryce Petty, Geno Smith, and Ryan Fitzpatrick. But more often than not, this team is carrying 3 quarterbacks, while a lot of teams around the league normally only carry 2. So that means that there's a really good chance that Zach Wilson's going to be on this roster in some capacity with Tim Boyle as well. Unless the Jets do something, I don't want to say crazy because it wouldn't be like super crazy if they did this, but just something off the beaten path, I guess. It's kind of assumed that it's going to be Tim Boyle and Zach Wilson as the backups to Aaron Rodgers. More than likely, it's going to be those two. And I guess it's up for debate who QB2 would be. I think Zach Wilson beats out Tim Boyle. But if Tim Boyle is beating out Zach Wilson in year 3 for QB2, well, then that's a big problem. So this is an interesting one. I think this is a good decision by the NFL because you don't want to ever be in a situation where you don't have a functioning quarterback. I mean, like, hell, even in hockey, there's the emergency goalie, you know, who's usually just sitting up in the press box eating popcorn. But every once in a while, sometimes, hey, they got to come out on the ice. So in this circumstance, I love it. I think it's a good decision. And it potentially saves the jobs of other guys because, hell, if the Jets were going to plan on carrying 3 quarterbacks, that's one less roster spot that goes to that special teamer. So someone who's maybe a fringe roster player, this helps them out a lot by having that third quarterback not really count against the roster spot. So I like that. Let me know your thoughts on this new rule change down below. Sound off. I'm Matt O'Leary. I'll catch you next time.